All right, good evening, everybody. Here we are with Steel Strategy. I am Truthiness.
I'm Schmitty.
And I'm Biggs.
And what we have here for you tonight is something a little different. We found with the Gen Con live show, we were having a lot of fun doing the video stuff. So we figured, might as well try and do some silly things for the YouTube channel and get some more content for you. So what we are introducing to you tonight is Mystery Fleet Theater. If you've ever seen the old Mystery Science Theater 3000, that's kind of the vibe we're going for here. So the idea here is to do battle reports, but fast. What you're going to see is a video sped up to 6 times speed. Just go through the battle really fast. Only one of the participants will have taken part in the game, and they'll be the one narrating. The other commentators, right now it's obviously the big three of us right now, but if we have another guest on, they would have no prior knowledge of the game. Jank is highly encouraged. Mockery is mandatory.
Absolutely.
So, first one we have for tonight is a match I played against Gillian just last Saturday. So we talked about this fleet of mine on the podcast the other night. I won't belabor it. I changed the objectives a bit just based on what we were talking about, and I'm probably going to change them back again after this game. But really nothing changed there. Star Cruiser, 2 escort frigates, GR-75, and a bunch of A-wings. Any comments here, gentlemen?
No, go for pew pew. It's pretty straightforward.
Okay,
that's a lot of Nebulons you're bringing, and none of them with Yavaris in the title.
And so Matt was kind enough to make a fleet within some pretty. Oh, I should go back and mention that we're using munitions resupply.
Yeah.
So Matt was kind enough to kind of make a list within parameters. We're not sure what the pass mechanics are going to be like come 1.5, so we decided even activations. So Matt made a list with 4 activations, a mess of fighters. So he's got a good old ISD-2, nice and beefy. You really don't want to shoot this thing with local fire control and Riva and all that fun stuff. And then he's got a nice neat TRC Architans, 2 Gazantis to push those squadrons around, and then you can see his objectives there. So at this point, we're going to dive into the battle report, assuming I actually figure out how to switch screens, because apparently I don't know technology as well as I think I do. Okay, gentlemen.
Hopefully you know technology better than you play.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so to start off,
we have to make fun of, really, a white ISD with red paint.
White ISD, I think it's copper paint.
Yeah, well, it looks red from here.
It does look red from here, yeah.
All right.
So he took...
What a custom chimera that is.
I had the bid. I decided to take second. He took my infested field, so we will go from here.
Okay, so it's an
that
infested
is
field.
not going to... I'm just going to go out and say that does not seem like it would go very well for him with a bunch of generic squadrons.
Yeah,
he has to push all of them.
Yeah, and what you're witnessing here is my measuring all over the place to make sure that the defender doesn't come in and pick up one of those objectives.
You guys are both using the only accurate rulers in the game.
Yes.
So that's good. All right.
Yeah, so Gazanti's down first. I respond with Torin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm at speed 2 here, I think he's the same.
I appreciate the 2 Gazanti deployments so that you don't know exactly where his squadrons are going to come from right off the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm putting A-wings down.
Was he smart enough to put those so that they wouldn't get grewed right off the bat?
Unfortunately, no. One of the bombers gets grewed right off the bat.
that is too bad. All right, so
I am speed 2 across the board. I think he's speed 2 across the board here. He's
got you deployed. Is that accurate?
Yes, he does.
Speed 2, the official starting speed of every fleet ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Star Cruiser is going down. ISD gets to go down afterwards. I'm kind of betting on Agate saving my bacon here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
ISD is gonna Yep.
I do
Deployed
believe he
just outside
started.
to match.
Yeah, I think he started at 2 here as well.
Mhm.
And so we're just setting dials at this point and pretty much ready to go. Do 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 do.
All right.
do,
So, I mean,
do.
yeah, it's
I
always an
never
interesting
realized how long
choice.
it takes to set command dials.
Well, so you've both got the large, ship you deploy, and you both wait till last to deploy it. And it's like, okay, you deploy it on one flank, and then he's got the choice: do you deploy it opposite or to attack it? And
Mhm.
I think going after it's kind of the obvious choice. That makes sense to me.
Mhm.
Did he just
And
hit the
that's
rock?
mad.
So
on his first?
he's going run aground with the Gazantes as
Yes.
opposed to
Remember,
trying to
infested
collect.
fields.
Mhm.
Oh,
Infested
right,
fields. He
yeah.
decided to grab it with that thing. He banked a repair token on the first
Okay.
turn, so he's
Mhm.
got another repair coming up to hold it on.
Mhm.
Or to
I'm gonna
get that
I'm gonna
damage
go
off.
out and I'm gonna go out and say maybe the bomber using 2 bombers to collect might have been a better idea. Sure, they eat some obstructed grooves, but then you can escape them afterwards, and at most they've taken 2 damage.
All right, I'm just banking to. I think I'm. Oh, I'm sorry. Auxiliary shield attacks. I'm repairing the side shields of both Nebulons as they go forward.
Oh, sure, that makes sense.
Who was your commander again?
Agate.
Agate on the what
On the
what
Star
token?
Cruiser.
What Agate token did you take on the Star
Redirect.
Cruiser?
Redirect. I got expert shield attacks, baby.
Double redirect. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I think this is officially.
Mhm.
We're about to become.
Mhm.
Yeah, and actually remembering the moving
Yeah, got to
everything.
move them. Yeah.
We forget this multiple times throughout the game, either to resolve the Exegorths or to move the or to
Mhm.
move
Yeah.
the
The
obstacles.
Exegorths have a tendency to get either they're either used throughout the game. Basically, they're used as long as your opponent has squadrons, and then as soon as your opponent has exhausted all their squadrons, then everyone forgets Exegorths exist.
Now, are those sacrificial generics you put up there? Or are those
You
the
talking
aces?
about mine? Oh,
Yeah.
those are the aces. That's Shara
Okay.
and Tycho.
Okay.
So Shara is in the middle of the bombers. Tycho is tying down 1 defender, and then
Gotcha.
Shara's got 1 defender and I think 2 or 3 bombers.
Okay.
And then I'm just outside of range with the ISD and the Star Cruiser.
Right.
So
He did not pay attention to where Shara could potentially wind up, and now there's a lot of grooves about to
yeah, so
happen.
the defender is trying to go in. Yeah, he's trying to just smash Shara aside, and it doesn't really work out. He takes a lot of Shara damage at this point. So that's his first
Well, they're all
activation. Second turn.
generics. They're
They
all
are.
generics.
They're all generics, and I think they both took 3 damage apiece.
Mhm.
So I think what's my activation here? I can't even remember. I think it's I'm
friendly-
activating something.
You're
I don't
moving
know.
A friendly
stuff.
reminder that Shara's value only goes up, up, up as more
these are just-
generics are forced to enter the fight
And these are just a couple
with the new
generics.
rules. Mm-hmm.
So now I'm turning away from the ISD because I don't want to get shot.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, that was the flotilla. What's he doing here? I think he's doing the Arctins at the Star Cruiser,
Sure.
and
That makes sense.
because he's already in range. Might as well take the shot, and he
Mhm.
actually stayed at long range here. So
Nice.
I don't have a
Good.
I don't have a
good
medium
play.
shot.
Good play.
Yeah. And I think I just I'm just moving the Nebulons. Yeah, I think this is the right Nebulon activation, tossing the A-wings around as well.
Sure.
I think I'd just
Mm-hmm.
take some shots with it because I got really lucky with the Neb shot at the Gazanti there. I'm pretty sure I got an accuracy in like two doubles or something stupid.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And so you're turning away, which I guess lets
I
you
can't
engage
help
the
but notice.
Gazantis,
I can't help but notice that he's still shooting you with the TIE defenders.
Yes, he is. I think
And
he's
they-
shooting some of the generics at this point.
Mhm.
Yeah, ISD coming forward.
Mhm.
So the ISD's at medium range here.
Yeah.
The Arcatin's at close. However, my thought pattern at this point is I'm never going to kill this stupid ISD. I'm just going to kill those Arcatins and run.
Yeah.
And to do that, I pretty much going to have to tank a shot from the ISD.
Now, why do you think you can't kill the ISD at this point?
I don't think the Star Cruiser is going to be able to do it by itself, which is essentially what's probably going to happen.
And your other nebs are just out of position.
Mm-hmm.
And the nebs.
I mean, you
can
kind of.
At this point, it's kind of clear that I'm going to win the squad fight pretty handedly, especially with the nebs throwing flak in there, and I can kill the Architects a run and kind of kill these Gazantes on my way out too, because I'm just ramming them and shooting them with. These nebs are actually surprisingly, or not really surprising. They're really efficient. They kind of do. Yeah. They clean up this whole area by themselves pretty well.
Well, consider for a minute what it takes to drop an ISD and whether anything is over there to actually deliver that to the ISD. Oh, he's really only got one set of guns on the ISD, which is that. That Liberty.
I rammed
and everyone else is everyone else is busy fighting off to the everyone else is busy fighting off in the middle here to the left of the ISD, Architects, and Liberty. Yeah. So really the question is, looking at it from the other direction, is can the ISD and the Architects take out the Liberty before the Liberty pieces out? And if anyone's tried to hold a Liberty in place, it's not necessarily the most robust ship, but at speed 3, it can motor away just as well as an ISD.
So he's managed to get his bombers free by killing Shara at this point. Nice. So he's got Centaur here, so he's bringing the bombers over with the ISD. Yeah, he went for it. He did not get any hull damage despite having a shot on my side. So I braced. He locked both braces with 2 accuracies.
I see he did get some hull damage from the ISD shot.
No, he did not.
So you've got hull damage. You've got hull damage down.
Ram on the
from the ram. Do you double rammed?
No, just single rammed.
Oh, so then the ISD ram?
Now I shoot the Architects, kill the Architects, and get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
So what was that? Yeah, the ISD rammed as well. So that's how I had the 2 hull damage.
Yeah. See, now if I'm him, at that point, he had to know that Centaur wasn't going to survive. I don't know. I activate Centaur and try to run, but.
Yeah, I think he was really hoping for it. I constantly have the Liberty underestimated when it has Ag-8 on it. And I think that's kind of what happened here, is he thought he could cripple it enough to keep coming at it with side shots and finish it off. But yeah, it did not happen. Not even close.
To be fair, you see a Liberty and you think, well, as long as I can get 2 accuracies on my ISD, I'm going to be punching through.
Yeah, but man, Liberties are tough to pin down. I mean, I've been playing the nearly naked Star Cruiser for so long. It's like that. It's hard. Even that is harder to kill than people think.
Well, we've all been playing long enough that we have images in our head of what different ships can handle, and what different ships should be able to handle.
At this point, and I definitely rammed to them both.
Yeah, as you should.
So now we're just into cleanup.
We're into squad cleanup, right now.
Yeah.
So I'm killing bombers. I think the defenders are all gone at this point.
Is he going to be able to collect something?
Yeah, he flaks one of these down, I think.
Okay.
And then everybody else just kills him. So we are just in the slow. This is one of the wonderful things about Armada is the slow, inevitable car crash that you see coming an hour away.
Right.
So he was player 1, and he did have the last deployment. What would you say that it would have been a better idea for him to drop the ISD on the other side of your flank and try to cut its way through the Nebulons?
Not positive, but I think maybe. I don't know.
At the very least, I think he'd want to put you in a position where you have to shoot the ISD, and that does that.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think at this point we're just kind of determining if anything can still reach if the ISD is still going to be able to reach anything. Yeah, I think about turning in here and just decide, no, I'm not going to be that stupid. And last
there's no reason to.
bomber, and run away. And run away.
Yeah.
And hey, some more running away. All right, I think we're literally just killing off this last bomber here.
Yep.
And that's that.
So not a great showing for the Imperials, definitely. But
and we've started back over. So no. So final kills, Architans, both Gazantes, all 4 defenders, all 4 TIE bombers. I got 40. And he got Shara, 2 A-Wings, and 30 points on objective for a fairly solid 8-3 to me.
Yeah. No, it shows, the hit and run, scoop up the little things and run out of there. The ISD got 1 front arc shot for the game. I mean, anytime you're doing that to an ISD, you're in really good shape. So that
there is 100 points of fighters that got mopped up.
Yeah.
Does this happen if he doesn't have nothing but generics and
like what if it's American?
TIE bombers? TIE bomber A-wing matchup is not a good matchup for the bombers.
Not at all.
That just.
But, and what I didn't really get to test out is my my flak factory. The Nebulons, I think, spent more time shooting the Gazantes than anything else. They just kept being just outside of flak range, so they never really brought that flak factory I was hoping to test out to bear. So I don't know. Maybe if it had been a more robust ace heavy version, maybe the Nebulons I would have had to play closer to home with the Nebulons and the A-Wings.
Can you tab back to your objectives? I want to Monday morning quarterback the turn 0 here.
Yeah.
So I'm giving those objectives. I know he's got gunnery team on his ISD. Right?
No, he doesn't. He had local fire control.
Local fire control.
I probably I would have advanced gunnery in this matchup personally. I was thinking back to that.
He did not want asteroid tactics because of Shar and Tycho. He didn't want them getting scatters back. So that's a pretty obvious one. He mulled advanced gunnery for a little bit. And I think he considered infested fields kind of the slightly safer choice because honestly the objective really didn't hurt him. He was activating his squadrons. It didn't do much to him. It really didn't. It was like maybe 2-3 damage here and there. Even the moving obstacles didn't really hurt him much. So I think it was safe, and he only lost 15 points in the long run.
Bringing the TIE bombers without the intel to help the bombers disengage, didn't do him any favors because he's got 2 damage sources, right? I mean, he's got the ISD, he's got the TRC Architans, and that's it. And the bombers are his 3rd damage source, but without intel, they're just so easily tied up. And
he's got a lot of punch in his squadrons, just nothing that can consistently lock down a scatter.
Hey, Jank's encouraged here. Come on.
No, but that's, we're just
he brought Jank knowing full well it was Jank.
It was very Jank.
I think it might have been a more interesting match if he dropped the ISD opposite. Yeah,
I think so. In retrospect, I like that because I'm not sure what I do there. I think maybe the Nebulons come at him, or maybe the Nebs just run right away. I'm not really sure what I do there.
Yeah,
because I need.
Can 2 Nebs? Do you feel like 2 Nebs could outfight his ISD on the initial pass
with early warning
or
system?
At the very least sacrificing the 2 Nebs?
No. Early warning system, and local fire control pretty much ensured that any shots into that thing were going to be kind of wasted time. Yeah. So I think really what I honestly probably would have shot the same thing and just had them turn away from the ISD and get away from him as fast as they could.
Yeah, he probably could have claimed a Neb though that way for sure.
Oh, easily. Yeah. I think he probably could have claimed both. To be honest, his first player.
That would have been interesting. Well, No, I like this idea. We'll definitely find some more battles we can go through. We didn't make fun of things probably as much as we should have.
No, we
all I was
definitely did not.
noticing, But
Mhm.
that maybe was
This
just
this turned more
More intellectual.
well, things are happening so fast. Usually, you're making fun of things in the
Yeah.
downtime. If you go back to the old MST3K, it's when the show's
That's
boring,
true.
so when they make fun of it. But things are moving so quickly with it at that speed. There wasn't time to just
Things are happening. Oh God!
or our 5-hour vassal games that we
Oh God! Arden
Awesome.
Ninja.
Oh
We
God.
still hate you for that.
All right. Well, thank everyone for checking this out. Give us suggestions for future attempts at this.
Mm.
And,
If you make your own game, maybe we will review it ourselves.
And I think Schmitty brought up the point that he's played a lot of games against Karnak, and Karnak has a lot of videos.
it's true.
Mm.
So,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the video.